What? Okay, Marley, let's look for a walkway. Let's go for a walk. Yes, and Marley is doing okay. She seems to be. She's much happier. What can I tell you? So, you know that onions are very poisonous for dogs, so I never feed them to Marley. But what I didn't think about was I dehydrated onions in the van to see how many watts it would use from the solar generator, which is 600 watts, by the way. And that stuff smelled up my van so bad. You have no idea. It stunk. It still stinks of onion. I think I made her sick. Anyway, we breathed onion for 2 days. It's horrible. That'll teach me, won't it? The other thing was, with all these dogs, she's just not used to all of this. You were right. I really think she needs a little time away from all these massive, huge dogs. There's a lot. There might be 10 to 15. And I have doggy door. She has a huge yard, but they're all over the place. And when a new dog walks in, they're all over Marley. Huge dogs, Dobermans, German Shepherds, you name it, they're there. Maybe 3 little, all the rest are huge dogs. So it's a little different for her, and I think she really, besides the onion, I may have killed her, I don't know. And I think she needs a rest from all of it. So I have kept her, we have air conditioning, and it wasn't hot, and I needed blankets at night. We've stayed in the van for about 2 days. We've come out once each day, gone in and talked to my roommate and messed with the dogs. But I've kind of just kept her with me, and she's feeling a lot better. We did find the path, and I found the disabled parking. Of course, this is my first time here, so next time I come, which I'll be coming and walking through the park, because it's really sweet. Wait till you see the surprise. You got to watch this, because it is really cool where I finally end up at. Really cool. But so I found a walkway where I can use the walker, and Marley can walk beside me. She's sitting beside me right now. Of course, those are kind of ugly toilets. Should I take those out? Whatever. So I'm watching a lot of things, doing a lot of things, trying to adjust. Yeah, but wait till you see this. And I just wanted to get Marley out. She was feeling so much better. I think the dogs are a lot for her. They're a lot for me, but on the weekends when I'm supposed to be watching them, there's only 4 or 5. Now this weekend there's going to be 10 or 12, I think, maybe 15. So she's going to stay with me, because that's a lot for me to handle on my own. And they growl at you. I've had 3 times now they've jumped on me, the big ones. And they're all pups, the ones who jump. And they've taken me by surprise. I usually have that sprinkler or that squirter, to squirt them. But yeah, so I'm really trying to adjust to all of this. This isn't something I'm used to, and I have to adjust. And yeah, between that and the bird, yeah. So we're making it. How do you like this view? Isn't this gorgeous? And I've just been thinking about a lot of things, and everybody goes, well, how do you find a roommate like this? Honestly, you have to be out there, and you have to meet. Look at the ducks. Look at the baby. And there's baby ducks out here, guys. Look at the little baby ducks. Anyway, you have to be really open for it. Like I said, I've had 6 roommates. This is my 6th roommate. It's people I meet, and maybe they're single women. They're living by themselves, or they think I can help them out by cleaning their house or doing whatever. Trish is a subscriber, and she started subscribing almost from the beginning. She went to my first meetup. I met her, and then she invited me to park on her street for a couple of days. I went for the summer, So I went over and I parked, and we had a really good time. We got along. And then Trish comes and calls me and says, can I come spend a couple of hours with you? You know, can we have lunch or just walk around? So I have met 5 or 6, she has come to see me 5 or 6 times where we've eaten lunch together or just talked, gotten to know each other. So that's really, really important. You could find somebody in your church or the senior center. You could put in an ad. No, I did. I put an ad up on the bulletin board for my senior center looking for a roommate. And you need to meet for coffee. You don't need to take them to your house right away. I wouldn't do that. I would meet them for coffee first. And then maybe have a couple of meetings and write a script, or, you know, write an outline of things you want to cover. Subject, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? Whatever is most important to you. But remember, there has to be a give and take, no matter what. If you're married, you know all about that. But if you've been single most of your life, like me, you're not as I always give and take, but not everybody does. So you really have to communicate with them. If you're going to be a good roommate, anything at all that might even be minor, I always bring it up and I'll say, you know, I kind of am uncomfortable with this, or what do you think about this? I bring it up in a conversation, and not to attack them, not to do anything other than let's communicate. Let me see how we can get along with this. And we've had a couple of things, and other people. Carol gave us some ideas. This is maybe where you should do, because Trish wanted to pay me for doing certain things, and I didn't want to take it, and so we kind of worked that out. We are trying to work out everything as we come to it, as it pops up. So you don't know everything that's going to happen, the differences, and the minute something does, you need to talk about it, maybe talk to others, try to come up with some way of both of you walking away with a feeling of that worked out really well. So being a good roommate, you know, is picking up after yourself and not having to be asked to do anything. I saw she was washing blankets and sheets, not sheets, the towels every day because of the dogs, to keep it all clean.
The minute I do that,
and
you
I
go
said,
around
well,
me.
if you
Don't
show
go
me how,
around
I'll do
mommy.
it. So when I see there's a bunch there, I grab them, throw them in the washer, and wash them, and dry them, and fold them.
Exactly what
She
happens.
showed me where everything is. I don't have to do that, but I'm doing it. It's just being helpful. That's all. That's kind of an odd object back there. Let's see if we can see it. Kids on swings. There's just a little path here. So Marley and I are just walking right along. But isn't this a lovely little park? The other thing we don't do is spend all our time together. First thing in the morning, when I'm up and she's back from picking up her dogs, I go in and say hi, good morning to the dogs, good morning to her. We chat about what's going on today, what are we going to do, and then she does her thing and I do mine. We may talk again later on in the evening, but we pretty much do separate ways. I bought dinner one night, Safeway dinner, and then one night she cooked a hamburger for me.
Girl, Mom.
We rarely eat together. We don't cook for each other. We don't clean for each other. We pretty much doing our own thing in the same place. And if we have a question, particularly me, because it's not my house, then we talk about it. So I'm hoping this gives you a little bit more information about, you know, being a roommate. It's a challenge, but this has been pretty easy. I'm kind of used to roommates in the past, but I've had 2 good ones and 4 bad ones, and I never know if it's the right thing to do or not. So we'll see how the summer goes. I have my cataract surgery next week, and I'll be with Jason 2 or 3 days until I can see properly. And I want a vet to look at Marley. I just want her checked out again. I had her checked out last month. No, it was April. $300, and she was fine. I I just want her checked out again. I'm just kind of being overly cautious right now.
Molly and I are taking a walk.
I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I think it's way too much for her.
At a local park.
And
we may come down here and sit.
Who knows?
Just for a few minutes.
I did give her some bones to chew on, and then found out you're not supposed to cook them. It's only the raw bones.
Nice view,
and they broke up into little pieces, so I'm hoping something didn't get stuck in her system. I just need her checked out just to feel better, and she's acting fine today. Look at this lovely park. Very sweet park. So, you know, we're just walking around, and I'm just talking to you and talking about roommates and how to be a good one, or I think how to be a good one. I think I'm a good roommate, but I don't. Thank you so much for watching, subscribing, and liking, and making comments and sharing. All of this helps me make a little bit of money to support my, to back up my Social Security. You know how that goes. I'll see you next time. I give you all my love.